Cute, sexy, and fun. You're watching CSF Nation's own WMK TV, Channel 90. Now, stop me if you've heard this before. And Hasan Orbiter crashes out at a viewer, calls them a loser, and never be able to meet a real person, all because strolling through the viewer's followers, or who they follow a bunch of VTubers, and especially Asmongold. And this exposes the said Hasan Orbiter to reveal to be a massive hypocrite. Yeah, I feel like we've heard that story many, many, many times. Well, let's get into it. Good morning, CSF Nation. I am Makini, your Sherman Illustrator, and it's a massive day for the unemployed here on Makini in the Morning. That was my best WestJet impression, by the way. Listen, I saw Hero Hey and Rev Says Desu cover this, and I personally felt that it was way, way, way too good to pass up. And it was way too good to pass up. So that's gonna be our focus today. I'm not gonna rant down or anything. We're just gonna look and laugh. You know, and that's kind of the focus today. We're just gonna view and just have a good laugh. You know, have a good laugh at their expense. And who we're referring to, the person the Hasan Orbiter we're referring to is one known as Denims. And we're gonna get right into that. But before we do, obviously, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been showing up yesterday. By the way, if you guys did not see it, you guys better have seen it. Our official weather girl for Makini in the morning is completed. Her redesign is completed. Yes, that's right, guys. Maricela Telly is fully completed. She will be further integrated into Makini in the Morning as I plan to bring back the 7-day forecast. We have some very interesting stuff. Got some interesting stuff there going on today, so I'm very, very excited about that. Let me know what you guys think about Maricela's new look. I love it personally, and apparently hearing from the actual Maria, who was on a live stream yesterday, she distinctively said, quote, I may need to steal that outfit. Are we going to have the first ever Makini cosplay? Are we going to have our first ever cosplay? That would be awesome. Maria, if you're listening, which I know you are more than welcome to steal that outfit. Alright, let's go ahead and get ready to get smack that like button, make it Joel, smack subscribe by making Joel. What we're going to work on today is, I'm still kind of in that mood. We're going to be, we're going to be working on another redesign. We're going to be working on another refresh, this time of Saya's sister, Kimmy. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, so before we do that, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody in the chat as I have everything set up here. Actually, my problem is I actually don't have everything set up here. My distinctive apologies. Power is the only one here right now, so Power, thank you so much. You are an absolute trooper. I do need to make a dedicated playlist for Makini in the morning. But in the meantime, we'll just use our house playlist this whole time, so you know, keep that in mind. Basically, 1 second. I'm gonna have to adjust everything, so because I need to now start posting. I forgot to post everything to my socials. As you can probably tell, I just woke up. Like I barely woke up and rushing to try to get all this set up here. Okay, so just cut me some slack. Cut me some slack. Alright, let me go ahead and grab this. So just give me 1 second, guys. There we go. There we go. We got everything here. Yes. Perfect. We got everything ready. So I need to take a moment and send everything over to the, I just need to send everything over to the, I just need to send everything, let everybody know on Twitch that we are live, and hope you guys like the thumbnail, by the way. I hope you guys like the thumbnail, by the way. Take a moment and send everything over to the, my apologies. Anyway. Hope you guys like that. So, Power, good morning to you. Eli says he's not here. Why are you not here? Eli, why are you not here? You just commented saying you're not here. So what do you mean when you say you're not here, but you're here though? Are you trying to mess with me? I don't get it. I don't get it, Eli. Explain yourself, sir. I feel like I need a further explanation on this one. Anyway, before we move on, sorry, I'm hustling to try to send all this stuff out, to send the links out. So I apologize. I am running to send all this links out. Where is my stuff? Sorry, 1 second. Anyway, so we're gonna be working on Kimmy today. We're gonna see if we can get a good base sketch going on. We're gonna do it in the same format that we did with Maricela. Hope you guys get to check that out. It's gonna be awesome. Definitely going to be awesome. And once we do that, we're then going to but we got 2 videos lined up. One from Hero Hey, one from Hero Hey, one from Hero Hey, one from Rev Says Desu. And we might hop on Twitter to see some of the reactions though, but let me give you spoilers. The reason I put Foxu in the list in the thumbnail is because, well, she had one of the better responses. She actually had one of the best responses, which prompts me to ask you this question. I think we might be overdue for some more Kersha fan art. You know, I don't think we pissed off, and I don't think that we pissed off enough people last time with me drawing Kersha. So I'm wondering, ask you guys in the chat, are we overdue for another Kersha fan art piece? Are you up to piss more people off? Because I think we haven't done enough. That was a little taste. That was just a little taste, you know what I'm saying? Let me know, guys. Let me know. I'll happily oblige. Make that something for the channel members. Made this up for the channel members this term, which I still need to send the batches out for the term 9 batches, but yeah, term 8 batches. I mean, okay, links are set. Links are set. Yeah, I think we are good. Okay, links are set. Let's go ahead and get right to them. First off, let me go ahead and send it to journal updates and announcements. Alright, and we're good. Okay, we are good. Alright, everything's been sent. Everything has been sent. Snigler, we can always do some more Fox. Yes, I totally am. I'm hype. Blue Protocol and Dual Knight Abyss comes out this month. Oh, you are excited. Nice. That is awesome to see. That is awesome. Dual Knight Abyss and Blue Protocol comes out this month. Okay. We need some more anime third-person shooters anyway. I'm kind of holding out until, like, Fate Trigger. I'm kind of holding out until, like, Fate Trigger. Until, like, Fate Trigger comes out next year. Like, fully goes public next year, so... I'm gonna squad up for that. Until then, I still got Snowbreak. But, let me know if I should try Dual Knight Abyss, because I heard it's basically, an anime... Basically, it's Warframe. It's basically Warframe, so... It's... Frame. Or I have hearing. Alright. Makini will draw Corona, some blue skies up first. You know what? That'd be a good idea. You know? That'd be a great idea. You know, Power? That'd be a wonderful idea because, you know, hey, maybe on top of that, we could do that while playing Hogwarts Legacy. Alright. Alright. Alright, let's do this. So, before we move on to the video segment, before we get into the actual video content, I just want to give you guys a little background of what's going on here. So, one of the more well-known political streamers, especially on Twitch, is one that goes by the name of Destiny. No, of course, obviously, aside from Destiny. No, one that goes by the name of Denims TV. Now, Denims is a Hasan orbiter. Denims has a, you know, very, very much a follower of one Hamas, Adolf, Epstein, Diddy, baby oil, old enough to mount. Hila Klein is a baby killer and valid military target. I support the Houthi terrorists 10 toes down. If you care about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would off Rick Scott. Piker. I'm going through some of Hasan. I'm going through some of Hasan's greatest hits, you know. But anyway, so Denims is locked in a lawsuit with former friend of Hasan Piker and former friend of the left in general, Ethan Klein, H3H3. You guys know H3H3. And it's not just her; it's her, Denims, and Frogan. I'm sorry to disappoint. To anybody new here, I am very sorry to disappoint you. I do not have a Frogan flashbang. I probably need to make a Frogan flashbang, or just steal one from more Pegasus. Shout out to Pegasus. Shout out to Pegasus in the greatest series. We'll probably cover it too. But essentially, Denims is a very interesting individual. You know, I remember hearing about her back when the whole hoopla surrounding Stellar Blade, and she wanted to up the bounty on Mark Kern, aka Grums. She wanted to up the bounty on Grums to $30,000, basically, to, you know, somebody to off Grums, basically, because he, you know, supported Stellar Blade and people find him annoying and all that stuff. Well, here's the thing. That was one thing. Denims got in where the lawsuit is that Denims outright said, you know, if you didn't enjoy watching that terrible video, and that's referring to H3H3's video on Ethan Klein, that you should direct all of your support to her. Do not give Ethan any views on that video, and give it straight to her. And that can be seen as, you know, malicious copyright infringement, and that's warrant the lawsuit. And they're basically going forward, neither of them backward down, neither has Frogan or Casey Tron either. I mean, every single person within Hasan's orbiter seems to have bad luck. I think that's how it comes down to. If you side with Hasan Piker, then you are definitely having bad luck. You're definitely going to have some bad luck, or possibly your career's over. Either or. It's Twitch, baby. It is Twitch. I can't wait. Now, see, so Denims went semi-viral for basically lashing out at a viewer of hers, and because they brought up the whole, they also brought up the fact that the viewer going through their viewer accounts, going through the channels that they follow a lot of VTubers, including, but not limited to, our favorite Foxu, the bad guy from WW2 Foxu, Kersha, she's people love Kersha. People love call Kersha, known transphobe VTuber Kersha. KKK Kersha, by the way. And another VTuber, another prominent VTuber, maybe you may not have heard of this VTuber, but apparently their name was dropped, and I don't know if you heard this one. I think her name is Iron Mouse. Sounds familiar. And also, in the list of all the viewers in going through, who they follow, they also follow Asmongold. And this led to a major crash out to where, she started calling the viewer a basically the equivalent of an incel, never meet a real person, 40 years old, life is over for them because they'll never know what it's like actually going outside and touching grass. All of those kind of buzzword things. And it's funny that you want to use the term gooner, because they completely used the term gooner many times during this crash out, and not completely alluding to the fact that the person who is calling you a gooner runs an OnlyFans. You can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot make this up. Ah, I love it. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump over to the dual screen setup, because we got two videos that we're going to be reacting to. First reaction video is going to be from one Hero Hey. If you guys are not subscribed to Hero Hey, please do so. I will put a link to Hero Hey's channel in the description, in the chat. I keep wanting to say in the description. It's in the chat, guys. In the chat. And special thank you to Power for posting that link out first. So, anyway, let's see what old Hero Hey has to say before we move on to the one, the only Rev Says Desu. This is going to be absolutely brilliant.
I think this person is right up there with Frogan when it comes to streamers that Hasan loves. So you've got the streamer Denims, and this tweet says, "Denims crashes out on chatter for following V-Tubers and Asmongold." And a quote here from the clip that we're about to watch.
Hold on a second. I see Asmongold, Retro Crush TV, cool guys. I see Tectone. Oh, by the way, Denims. By the way, Baldy. Shout out to Baldy, by the way. Denims and Baldy had a little bit of a falling out, and it even went to the point where Denims actually called Baldy on some occasions. She would call Baldy a grapist. Take the G out, and even said on point that Baldy can't sue her because she knows that he actually did the graping. Because he actually did the graping in her eyes. Yeah, that could be seen as defamation. I'm just saying. Shout out to Baldy. He's taking a bit of a hiatus, but he is slowly starting to come back. And it's a good thing to see. And speaking of which, major shout out to the Roast King himself, because he has one of the, I like to think that one of the scariest things that could happen to anybody during this month, during the spooky month, is hearing the announcement that the Roach King will return soon. Yes. Asmongold has announced that he will be returning back to streaming real soon, and I think that's gonna and if I'm correct, that caused a major meltdown. Well, not for like people like Hasan, because Hasan is so obsessed. Hasan can't keep Asmongold's name out of his mouth, so this is gonna be absolutely funny. I see H3. I see Pippa. I see Pippa. I see Pippa, and I see Kersha. I see our beloved Foxu. Oh, this is gonna be great. Let's continue.
Says, it's a special type of mental derangement when it's someone that follows exclusively VTubers and also Asmongold. He's following Nazi Gooner Baby. Which is rich coming from Denims, so we'll get to that in a second. Also, a quick disclaimer, guys. I'm on like 4 hours of sleep today, and I also got tired, so
it is
kind
rich.
of messed up anyway.
It is rich.
And so, Denims calls out a number of VTubers to mention, including Kirsha and Rirgaki.
Rirgaki! Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, this is brilliant.
Clip first. And for anyone that doesn't know, by the way, Denims, I mentioned, one of Hasan's favorite streamers, but she's like one of these.
Oh, I see. Is it? Oh man, I'm seeing the VTuber hit list here. I'm seeing Banana Juju as well. My goodness, I'm not sure with Lucy Prime, but I'm seeing Philly Valentine. I've probably heard of these two before, but I'm seeing Pippa. I'm seeing Kirsch. I'm seeing Banana Juju. I feel like we're going through like the VTuber, like the leftist VTuber hit list going on here. You know what I mean?
Like political streamers on Twitch, very similar to Hasan, essentially. Yeah, so that's what we've got going on here. Have fun with this. Here we go.
I'm waiting for you to lose the lawsuit. Oh no, that's my dubs. What they're talking about? Oh my god.
So sad for you, man. Well, I hope one day, I know you might think your life is over because you're 40 years old and you've never made a single friend in your life.
What is she even
like? What are you even talking about? What? Listen, gotta love like she's like this, like she's like that was something that interesting about Denims is that she has this smugness. There's like this era of smugness that like I'm better than you in every way, and I'm going to show that I am better than you. It's just that she has this era of smugness with her, and it's like it's not really. It's like it's some may find it very charming. Myself, I find it kind of a little abhorrent.
On here.
I'm just saying. You look at you look at her. You look at how she streams. It's just that she has this era of smugness. You know what I mean? And she just got this era of I'm better than you mindset.
No, but like this is already a very weird clip.
But anyone can turn their life around. Anyone. Oh.
Here's where the crash out begins.
I changed my mind. Listen, I love VTubers, but it's a special type of mental derangement when it's someone that follows exclusively.
Wait, what the frick? Wait. So.
Okay, I see Sweet Anita, Ricky Berwick. Let's see what else. I think I just saw Legendary Drops as well. I think I saw loads of Legendary Drops, Extra Emily. Okay, so they follow a lot of people. So they're not on any political aisle whatsoever. It's just a viewer. They just follow a lot of people. So.
There's a random
shout out to Ricky Berwick, by the way.
Chatter that she's like crashing out on in her stream, and so much so that she's pulling up this Twitch tools thing to like look at this chatter's following list, who they follow. Is that really what's going on here? Like, bro, get a grip. Holy smokes, who does that?
When it's someone that follows exclusively VTubers and also Asmongold. This is not a good sign.
Oh no! That's the Amref too. Oh no! They followed the Rose King! They followed the Rose King! They followed the Rose King! I'm just saying, Asmongold is basically the boogeyman to them. It is basically the boogeyman. They are the boogeyman to these streamers. You're basically screwed. You're basically cooked if Asmongold reacts to you. You're basically cooked, okay? Who roast you? Okay? They are so terrified of the boogeyman, okay? And how much you want to bet there were probably more people that were secretly happy, celebrating that, you know, Asmon dad passed away. Or they were more happy about the fact that they didn't have to deal with Asmongold for a couple weeks. Because he had to go help his dying father, by the way. Not making accusations or something. Anything. I'm just saying, from what I've learned with the whole Charlie Kirk incident, there were definitely more people. There were plenty of people who publicly shoved their ass on screen, and when news of Charlie Kirk getting, you know, assassinated, they were like, Asmongold is next. I saw a lot of posts saying that, you know, they want Asmongold to be the next target. Like, these people are the definition of pathetic. Absolutely pathetic individuals. Sad and pathetic lowlives.
Followed Asmongold, right? Following Rich Campbell, okay. Then followed Asmongold's other account, Hyperfan, you know. And that wasn't enough. By the way.
Face Connect.
Where is it? Asmongold 24/7. He needs his Asmongold, okay? He needs it. He needs his mold. And then was like, discovered Iron Mouse and was like, well, actually, sorry, discovered.
Now, you've made the cardinal sin, Denims. It's one thing you want to bring up Kirsha. I see Emeru. Yeah, let's see. You said Face Connect. Team Face Connect. I see Banana Juju's. Oh, there's Legendary Drops. I see Emeru. Moist Critical. Charlie. I'm seeing a lot of people. Okay, so, yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people.
It seems like a couple of VTubers.
What is wrong with this person?
I love that they signal out specifically the VTubers though. The VTubers and Asmongold. Let's not pay attention that you see Moist Critical, other popular names like Legendary Drops, Swang TV, Emeru. You know, it's specifically the VTubers. And the thing is I absolutely adore is the fact that you made the cardinal sin of bringing up Iron Mouse. Kirsha is one thing, but you brought up Iron Mouse. Yeah, you're gonna feel the wrath from her. You're gonna feel the wrath.
I know what she's talking about, bro.
Before then, actually. He's been on his VTuber.
Just like looking for something to get mad at. And
I know, right?
Some random person in the chat, she's doing this all over.
Asian Bunny.
Asian Bunny X, respect, real, recognize real. And then was like, you know what, dude? Yeah, let's just. It's time to goon, okay? Time to just VTube goon. So true. 3D women suck. None of them ever have loved me in my life. So it's okay.
There's like literally plenty of real streamers, like, you know, VTubers obviously real people, but like.
Hey, you may never know that. You may not know about that. You may not know anything about this viewer, Denims. Turns out they may have a wife and kids. Turns out they may already have a family. Turns out they may be already in a relationship. They just enjoy watching these VTubers and Asmongold. Do you ever think about that sometimes? It's like the whole thing. It's like the whole thing with another Hasan Orbiter, Caseytron, having to always play the victim and call her detractors incels. Like incels is her favorite word, and it's like you don't even know what the term incel means. And half the people you're basically decrying as incels are likely already in a relationship or already have a family. While you, with your broke ass, can barely garner enough money to keep yourself afloat, and you spend most of your money taking bong hits. I mean, you're clearly on another plane of existence here. You're not. You need to calm down. You need to snap back. You need to come back down to reality here, and that goes double for Denims.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a mix here. She's like hyper-focusing on the VTubers, getting mad at that now.
Hey, one of these VTubers, they're the only things that can ever love me.
What the frick? I gotta rewind that. Did she really say that?
VTubers, they're the only things that can ever love me.
Flip, bro.
Mm-hmm. Goon time, goon. Oh, and he's following the Nazi gooner bait, obviously.
She's referring to Kirsha. He calls her the Nazi gooner bait. Oh, Kirsha has an epic response, by the way. I'm just gonna bring this up. Kirsha has an epic response, so we'll get to it. So just give it time.
Doesn't know when he's standard. And he's like, goon. Goon.
Is this just projection?
It is projection.
She's the one making it all about gooning. This is just such a weird clip. Sorry to sound like a broken record. Like I mentioned, I am on low sleep today, so I'm tired, but like by default. But even if I wasn't tired today, I don't think I'd have much commentary here because it's just like what all can I say about this except pointing out how bizarre this is and like exceptional behavior this is.
Goon. Oh look, and he's following the Nazi rat VTuber too. Goon.
Those words have lost all meaning. Oh, I see donut operator. Oh, donut operator. Sasha Grey.
Goon.
You know, it's really interesting how Denims, who claims to be like the largest female political streamer, and it's like a Hasan orbiter or whatever, and tends to signal fairly frequently. And that's probably still an understatement. Well, she's also made a lot of tweets about like misogyny and all that. And
Sorry, I'm laughing.
Pretty hypocritical for someone who virtue signals like this to automatically associate all these women with gooning. Like, how are you going to complain about misogyny and then you see a bunch of women and you're like, oh, gooning? Like, bro, self-awareness.
You complain about misogyny, see a bunch of female VTubers and women basically calling it gooning, and you have an OnlyFans. Denims, I say this with all sincerity, pick a damn lane.
For this person. It's just
Lane.
zero. There's none of it.
That's so sad for you. That is really tough. That's really tough. That's a brutal life you lead, man. I hope one...
You're the one literally getting mad at this random person in your chat and like stalking their Twitch following list. If anyone has a sad life, like, it's gonna be you. This is not a good look.
Day you can find a friend. I don't think it's possible for you. I think it's too late for you, man. I think it's too late. I think it might be too late. And then he's also so stupid, he can't come up with, like, anything to come back with. Like, he can't even come up with an insult. His insult is just at himself saying, I love my gooning
No, he's actually way more mature than you are. He's not even insulting you back. He's just, like, playing along with it.
Yep.
VTubers. Do you frequently try to make fun of other people by...
This chatter just destroyed Denims. Like, effortlessly. That's actually pretty hilarious.
Making fun of yourself? Has it ever worked? Go outside, man. Just like, please.
So here we have the privileged political slop streamer hyper-focusing on a random chatter because they sent a few messages, and she's crashing out over that so much that she's pulling up Twitch tools to like stalk his following to further crash out about on stream. And that's the person telling someone to go outside. Like I said,
You can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen.
We got a great response from Madame Savvy, directly calling out Denims here, especially for her hypocrisy. So, Madame Savvy says, disgusting, this one. Disgusting, this one.
Disgusting, this one.
Can't even
Absolutely.
give a proper face. Looks like a
Disgusting, this one. Can't even with a proper face look like a dash hunt with Down syndrome. Ow! I suppose I would feel threatened by cute anime waifus if I was trying to fund a lawsuit on, I say fan service. But the only service I need is medical service to my eyes after that one. 3D big tooth deep pure. That is savvy. That is absolutely diabolical. Oh, that is absolutely diabolical.
Wait, the dog? Oh my god, what did she just say? Looks like a dash hound with downs.
Ow! Ow! Look at the dash hound with Down syndrome. Jesus Christ, Savvy, that's... Oh, that's savage. That's savage. Oh.
I suppose I would feel threatened by cute anime waifus if I was trying to fund a lawsuit on outside fan service, but the only service I need is medical service to my eyes after that one. Holy smokes.
Oh, that was savage.
I'm Savvy wasn't done there though, because then she included this image of a tweet from Denims that I think is actually Denim's current pin tweet, where Denims had posted a few images of herself where she is sexualizing herself, and considering that moments ago in the clip that we watched.
Oh, by the way, here's a little fun fact. She posted pics of her OnlyFans with a picture of the bad guy with a funny mustache. I am not kidding. And you're calling V-Tubers Nazis. And you were caught in 4K taking OnlyFans photos with a picture of the bad guy from WW2 with a funny mustache. Don't you just love the hypocrisy? Don't you just love the hypocrisy? Like you can't make this up even if you tried, okay? Don't you just love it? Just I love I love it. I love it. Oh, this is so good. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh.
She was making the indication that all these VTubers were just gooner bait. This is such a hypocritical look. I'm not even going to show both these images in full because I think, it might be too much for YouTube. I think there's a chance it would be okay, but I'm just not in the mood today with like 4 hours of sleep to take that risk. I'm just going to play it safe. Hold up a second though, I just saw some tweets here from Kitsu about this, where she says, doesn't Denims have an OF? Oh my gosh, dude. How you call people gooner bait and then have your pinned tweet being the thing that we just went over, and then you're also like doing OF and all that. Like, oh my gosh, dude, these people are such hypocrites. And then that takes us to the responses from Kirsha and Rugaki. We got Kirsha on the left-hand side there saying, we're reaching levels of retardation previously found impossible. And then Rugaki right inside saying,
that is absolutely diabolical. Wait, oh, it's Rugaki! Oh, they call her the VTuber. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? Oh, this is absolute cinema. Oh, Kirsha, I feel like we're overdue. I think we're overdue for another Kirsha fan art. I think we're overdue. I don't think we pissed off enough people with my first attempt. So I think we need to piss off a couple more people. What do you say? But
I know, as the Nazi rap VTuber.
Oh.
What's happening? So yeah,
maybe we could do a double. Maybe we could do a double take for next month. Kirsha and Rurigaki. What do you say, guys? Come on, what do you say?
Let me know what you think about all that in the comments. It seems like that Denims clip really just ended up backfiring on Denims. Like, all she did was make herself look bad there. As mentioned, let me know what you think, though. Thanks for tuning in. As always, appreciate you. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.
Listen. I hear you, okay? I hear you. I hear you. Loud and clear, Elizabeth. Just understand that Denims is a Hasan orbiter, okay? She's one part of Hasan's casting couch. Just I want you guys to remember that. It's just remember Hasan's casting couch here, okay? So by that definition, she is terminally online. There's a lot of the French rap VTuber actually has a lot of skeletons in her closet. Dang. It's just funny. It's just absolutely funny to me. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. This is hilarious. It is hilarious. Absolutely diabolical, man. Anyway, there'll be another Don't Risk Rugaki. Okay, then I'll keep that in mind. I find it funny, but it's funny because, the reason I brought up Kirsha because I drew Kirsha before, and then somebody in my chat got ass mad about it, and basically they tried to guilt by association. They tried to pull this guilt by association, and they got caught in 4K doing it. By the way, special shout out to Power because he actually screen capped the moment that they admitted that yes, this is guilt by association, and then they ran tail and had like a little bitch afterwards. So it makes me wonder. Maybe I should piss off a little people more. Maybe I haven't tried hard enough with Kersha. Maybe I should do another Fox with VTuber because I'm at the point where I just stop caring. I'm at the point where I just stop caring anymore. Okay, you guys oh, Kersha. In regards to Kersha, I just stop caring. I just stop caring anymore. Okay. She's apparently pissing off so many freaking people. So many people get mad at her anyway. Don't risk Rigaki. Okay, I will keep that in mind. I'll probably need to look more into that. It's just funny, man. It's just absolutely funny. It's really brain damaged online. Yeah, if you're a Hasan Orbiter, you are literally terminally brain damaged in online. I totally agree with that. Okay, so before we move on to Rev's video, let's take a moment. Let's take some time. Let's take some time and let's see if we could come up with a second pose for Kimmy here, because this is gonna be really, really interesting. So I just want to say, you guys have been absolutely amazing. I mean that. I truly mean that. You guys have been absolutely amazing lately with King of the Monsters 1984. Good to see you. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Oi, 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 oi! Cousin Makini agrees with me. Wait, what? I'm Cousin Makini. I like that. I feel like rich milk. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. No, I want to say thank y'all. You guys have been awesome, especially with the Maricela redraw. You guys have been that. I'll be adding that to all the batches. Maricela is going to be incorporated more into the she's going to be incorporated more into the into Makini in the morning. She's the official weather girl for Makini in the morning, and that's really cool to see that. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Sup, Gamer? Very good to see you. So, but I figured I'm going to continue this refresh here, because eventually I'm going to be drawing everybody. Eventually everybody's going to get a bit of a refresh. Hush. All the girls are going to get a bit of a refresh. Hush. All the girls are going to be getting a bit of a refresh here, so I can't wait. And I have to be very careful because I don't want to keep this. I don't want this to be limit. I don't want to give her. Probably need to give her even more space. Here. I do need to set up a playlist for Makini in the morning. Like, Peak Gaming now has a playlist, right? And I think Makini Live needs to have a playlist. I can't draw a save list. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Don't ever say you can't draw, because you totally can. Yes. It's just with Kimmy, Saya's sister. She's supposed to be much more. I guess she's older, so she's gonna have a much more mature, sophisticated look, similar to Keppa. Similar to Keppa in a way. Or I might have to. Just always think about it. You can always learn. slow this down. I might have to expand this out. Let me see. Canvas properties. Canvas size. I'm gonna expand this out. Okay, there we go. And turn the opacity down. Here. Got 12 people watching. Thank y'all so much, guys. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack that subscribe button, make it jiggle. Really appreciate all the support, everyone. And I'm probably gonna need this because tomorrow I have jury duty, and I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be a slog. It's gonna be an absolute slog. And I got a call to set it up like later this afternoon anyway. So I gotta wait till this afternoon to actually call, set it up, and all the thing. So it's gonna be very, very interesting. But if you guys didn't know, I also set up new alerts for Makini and the for Peak Gaming, and I was talking with you guys. I was asking you guys if you guys would be interested in having a double Peak Gaming episode. Essentially, the idea of a double Peak Gaming episode is that during the week we could focus on an episode of Peak Gaming where it's more focused on gaming news, covering this week's gaming news, and just consolidate it into one stream, and then save that Saturday for actual, more focused on the gaming such. Listen, I want to say thank you guys so much for the Sunday show. I needed that. I definitely needed to hear that. A lot of balance, and I'm taking everybody's feedback to heart. I just wanted to see if that was something you guys would be interested. If you guys would like a Peak Gaming show during the week, where we can just cover the video game topics. We can cover the gaming news topics and do some maybe some grinding and such like that for an hour and such like that. Let me know if that's something you guys would like, or we just still just do it spurringly on Saturday, basically. I miss making fun of racing. It's. I see you, Johnny. I see you, and thank you for the follow. By the way, Johnny, your work is still sharp as ever. After 2 years of knowing you, your work is still sharp as ever, by the way. I just want to let you know that. I just wanted to tell you that. Your work is still sharp as ever, dude. Love it. Love your work, by the way. No, but, I am considering dedicating the Friday show to maybe doing we're gonna test this out on Friday. We're gonna do we're gonna dedicate Friday to covering the video game news, and topics, but dedicate Saturday to just pure, Peak Gaming at its fullest. Man, I thought you were still on the old account. That's why I haven't followed before. Yeah, it's a new account. I left my old account last year on Twitter. That's why. Hey, I left my old account, so I'll start new. Which it's gonna be a little rough. It's rough. I'll say it's rough. I don't have that big of a reach like I did last time out. But that doesn't stop me from posting, though. That hasn't completely stopped me from. That hasn't completely stopped me from wanting to post what I want to post, and plus help some of the artists that I followed me right back. So eventually, that was great. That was cool to see, though. That was cool to see, and some people have found me from my old account too, which is really cool to see. So I hadn't lost that. I hadn't lost that much of a. I guess you could say I haven't lost that much of a reach, though, if you think about it. I haven't lost that much. I'm a rage. No, whatever it was. No. It's no worries, man. So yeah, I apologize. Yeah, this apologies about that. So. Part of me, and I do admit, part of me regrets maybe I shouldn't have completely just abandoned my old account before. Maybe I should have just let it, because I feels like I'm hitting kind of like new strides and shit like that with me talking about everything that's been going on with the video game industry and shit like that ever since. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's do it. You know, lots in front of bus, and it's always been canonically Kimmy being Saya's older sister. She's always been the bustiest. She's always been bustier than Saya is, and actually, she's. I joked about this that I should do like a bus chart with my girls. I feel like I should do like a bus chart with my girls, but Kimmy and Brianna are fighting for the titles who actually is the bustiest, so no, that's fine. You know what? I'm kind of like I'm going with it because you know what? I'm leaning into the joke. I'm letting it happen. I'm leaning into it. I think I'm just at the point where it's like, you know what? I'll just embrace it. It's just the idea is that Kimmy, but Kimmy is meant to have. I think Kimmy is going to be meant to, also meant to give Kimmy a much more mature, because this is one character I haven't drawn in such a long time, or I haven't done a legit redesign yet. And Kimmy is meant to be a cat, and she's meant to be a cat, so it's a Neko basically. It's like almost like a dude. You know what? I thought about it. I thought, yeah. I think more like Rengiku. I think Kimmy kind of forms more of the lines of Rengiku as being the kind of the more mature one too, though. But no, Kimmy is Sai and Kimmy and especially Cat. They're Nekos, but it's more the lines of I want to take some hints from. I want to take some design inspiration from Cynthia, because Cynthia's my favorite girl in Pokemon. If I hadn't brought that up before, Cynthia is my favorite girl in Pokemon. Okay. Cynthia is my favorite girl in Pokemon, so I want to take some like design. I want to take some cues. Of from Cynthia. So. No, I brought that up before. Actually. I brought that up before, actually. So, it's like, yeah, it's like something about, whenever I see, like, a really good Cynthia drawing, I'm just like, oh, fuck. And when I drew that, what, a Cynthia back in the summer, I was just like, it's just, I can't, she is my weakness. She is my kryptonite. She is my, in terms of Pokemon Go, she and Rosalina are my kryptonite. I realized I drew Rosalina twice. I actually drew Rosalina twice. And, Arsa, a good friend of mine, ZP Sigma, is like a dedicated Rosalina fan artist. Just like always, he always draws her incredibly sexy though. I love it. But I would say more lines of Rengiku from Bleach. You want to be more specific. I've always had the soft spot for Rengiku, so. Which I'm probably going to put her as like an amalgamation. The eye cover, bang, hits different. Oh, yes, it does! That's what it is. It's the eye cover. Just the freaking eye cover. It just hits different. It's like it's like kryptonite. Freaking kryptonite to me, okay? I've been given Space Kids, yes, lost form, fair. I think I've seen that before. I think I've seen that before. Oh, I may not. But I'm also thinking of... But also kind of the thing with Kimmy is that, you know... She's got glasses, guys. Glasses are like the great equalizers. Like, glasses are like the... The way I see it is that I've always thought glasses would be like the power... Glasses to me sometimes are like a power inhibitor. I thought it was like a power inhibitor, like it's like a power limiter, but it turns out it just only enhances it, okay? Glasses only enhance the power. Glasses only enhance your power, okay? They're supposed to be restricting your power, it only enhances it, okay? It's like one of my favorite photos. I'll even show you this way. I think I'll show you this real quick. One of my favorite photos of, some of my favorite photos of during my first playthrough of Cyberpunk with Saya, it was I was like, okay, bust aside, like I really made my Vimby very pretty here. Saya is like godly pretty, okay? Let's agree to disagree. Let's agree to disagree. Like, I'm gonna show this. I'm just gonna show this real quick. Let's agree to disagree, because I'm going off on a tangent. I made Saya pretty here. Let's agree. Let's firstly agree on that. My Femby and during my first playthrough is gorgeous. Okay, drop dead gorgeous. Even during like Darklight, I'm gonna see this here. But the reason I bring this up is that I thought I could try this out, and this was during our latter stages of playthrough. This is like during our latter playthrough here, and I thought it was going to like... hold it back. Like, I thought it was like, you know, like a power limiter, you know? It was just like, okay, it holds back her power. It would hold back her power. But it did the exact opposite, basically. I think with how she's designed in Cyberpunk, it served as a reverse Clark Kent somehow. It's like a freaking reverse Clark Kent, because like, bro, you can't tell me. Bro, you can't tell me. You can't tell me that somehow it did the opposite effect, that it just made her even more attractive. The glasses somehow did even more attractive. It's like, this is one of my, it just did, man. I'm sorry. It just did. Okay, I don't know why. It stuck with me. Like, some of these, this always sticks with me. Like, these photos always stick with me, though, and I'm like, bro, that wasn't supposed to work. That wasn't supposed to... It was like, that wasn't supposed to make her hotter. Somehow it made her hotter. Like, bro, like, so I kept with the, like, during the latter stages of the playthrough, like, I kept it for a little bit, but just, like, during those latter stages of the playthrough, I just kept the glasses on just because it worked. It's like, holy shit, it worked. I love that though. I love it too. I love it. It's like one of my favorite photos. It's just like, bro, that wasn't supposed to work. It's like, now I gotta... You know, it's kind of funny because I might use this as a template because it actually, it does, she looks like Kimmy. She looks like her sister though. So, yeah. It's crazy. It's kind of funny though. It's kind of funny. I just want to go out of the plate. I just want to just go out of the plate. So I might be using that as a, like I said, I might be using that as a template. But never had the interest in play it. Oh, totally. I'm on my second playthrough with Brianna. So, I'm on my second playthrough with Brianna, by the way. I got to get back to the story post. So, anyway. Sorry. I'm all over the place right now. Okay. I'm still need to come up with an outfit, though. I need to still come up with a good outfit, so... I'm thinking having longer bangs. But having it. I was originally just going to go for the bob haircut, but I'm really considering going for tied up. Just having tied up, having a side tie or something like that. Or having her hair tied up, a messy bun, I guess you could say. It's a messy bun. So Kimmy is like... It's a little kind of backstory before we move on to the next video. Before we move on to Rev's video, a little backstory on Kimmy. Kimmy is... I refer to them as Nacons. It's a variation of Nacos where they have larger tails than traditional, like, Nako girls. They have larger tails. They have cat ears. They have two sets of ears. Cat ears. And they do have feline-like tendencies at times, but they have larger tails than standard Nakos. They have more fox girl-like tails, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm wondering if I could create, like, is the ideas of, like, a Nako girl with fox with kitsune like traits, kind of like fusing those two together. So I just made a Nacon basically, Nakkan. It's I thought it was just, you know, what's going on, but you know, no. Kimmy has been her sister basically. Do I have a doggo? No. So what do I have? So you got the humans, right? You got the humans. You already know about that. You know, for example, like Brianna, Kiki, Skyla, the humans as well. You have Nacons, which are Saya and Kimmy, and Saya and Kimmy are also both... They're both Japanese, so they're also Asian as well, so that also adds on to the top of that. You have... Squeaka. Squeaka's a mouse girl. We have mouse girls officially confirmed. We have Onis. We have Onis that exist in CSF Nation. It's like the CSF Nation is like a mishmash of like different species, I guess you could say. The most humanoid species. They like they're all kind of like descended from human from humans basically. It's almost like the species kind of like descended from humans. Like, we even probably would have kitsunes as their, it's just their yeah. I have demons. I have onis. I have onis. It's confirmed with Kappa's inclusion, we clearly have foxes. And I think I just like to play the idea of just like having different species, but even having different races, but even those races have different nationalities too. It's just they're all human, you know. They're all humans. It's just some have more. It's just some are, or at least they all have human traits. It's just like it feels like the CSF Nation is like this. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a melting pot. It's like a melting pot, you know? It's like a melting pot, basically. Onis, I'm sorry, but not that kind of Onis, man. Come on. They're more short. It's almost like Zenless. If you think about it, it's like Zenless. It's like Zenless Zone Zero, though, because with Zenless you have humans, but you have Therans too. You have rat Therans, you have fox Therans, you have different. They're referred to as Therans. So you have different species, or you have furry. Well, no furries here, but no furries here. But you have different species who are they're generally humans. They just have different. They're just bred from different. They just have different qualities to them. So we don't have full out Nakos. We have Nakons who are basically Nakos with Kitsune-like traits. Just with Kitsune traits, I guess you could say. Well, also with I didn't know about this, but there's a whole thing called the Forbidden Fruit, in which it allows, and you know, this is in Zenless Zone Zero. It's a whole thing called the Forbidden Fruit, where robots where androids have to pass this test and if they do pass it, they actually become citizens. To become citizens of New Eridu, basically. And I thought that was interesting. And it's like, okay, so they're like Quingy and Billy are both robots, are actually both androids, and they have their own personalities too. So I think that's kind of cool. I thought about that. I was like, if we do have android characters, that they do have to pass this citizenship kind of test. to be allowed to, you know, to be appointed as citizens. I'm just now I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah, I'm going off on a tangent now because it's like I just realized that like with you know what, the CSF Nation exists in its own little world. Basically, it's its own little world. It's just you. And so yeah, there's probably some crossbreeding. But it's like, I guess the idea is that the idea is that they're all spawned from they're all basically spin-offs of human traits, I guess you could say. They're all spin-offs of human traits. I don't know. Now I'm trying to explain the lore of my own damn channel right now. I'm trying to explain the lore of my own damn channel right now. Look at me trying to explain the lore. Okay, listen. I got one more video I want to go over. And this is from your boy Rev, and I'm gonna put a link to Rev's video in the description. For those who are just jumping in, a Hasan orbiter crashes out at a fan over V-Tubers, and hilarity ensues. Okay, this is only a 9-minute video. We won't go too far.
today we're not going to be talking about
Hang on.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rick here. So today we're not going to be talking about Hasan Piker, despite the fact that he recently called me out on Twitter.
Woo!
Responding to this thread saying, "Holy S, is this guy okay?"
You know Hasan watches Rez videos, and you know damn well that Hasan watches Pegasus's series. You know damn well he watches those videos too. You know that for sure.
Of course, referring to many videos I've made about Hasan and his orbiters, and I have a very simple response. If you don't want me to make videos about you, stop sharing violent rhetoric. Stop platforming terrorists. Stop doing things that make normal people like me want to respond to you. But again, we're not talking about Hasan today. We're talking about one of his biggest orbiters, Denims. Denims TV. Now, what she's up to? Well, her lawsuit with Ethan.
Oh, is it too loud?
Well, as you can see, her GoFundMe has raised $42,000 out of the $100,000 goal. And if you look at the most
there's
recent donations,
I'm so sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that.
$15 in the last 10 days.
My bad.
Okay,
let's put it
so today we're not going to be talking about Hasan Piker, despite the fact that he recently called me out on Twitter, responding to this thread saying, "Holy S, is this guy okay?" Of course, referring to many videos I've made about Hasan and his orbiters, and I have a very simple response. If you don't want me to make videos about you, stop sharing violent rhetoric. Stop platforming terrorists. Stop doing things that make normal people like me want to respond to you. But again, we're not talking about Hasan today. We're talking about one of his biggest orbiters, Denims. Denims TV. Now, what she's up to? Well, her lawsuit with Ethan Klein is not going well. As you can see, her GoFundMe has raised $42,000 out of the $100,000 goal. And if you look at the most recent donations, well, she's gotten $15 in the last 10 days. Congratulations on $15. But, of course, the only way she can even hope to raise enough money for this lawsuit is to sell her body, which is very relevant to what we're going to talk about today, because she is shaming people for following VTubers that she views as a bunch of degenerate losers, right? Who dare to follow VTubers, gooners, as she describes them. And this is her, right?
I'm waiting for you to lose the lawsuit. Oh no, that's iDubbbz. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god.
So sad for you, man. Well, I hope one day, I know you might think your life is over because you're 40 years old and you've never made a single friend in your life. But, you know, anyone can turn their life around. Anyone. Oh, sorry, not you. I changed my mind. Listen, I love VTubers, but you know it's a special type of mental derangement when it's someone that follows exclusively VTubers and also Asmongold. This is not a good sign. Followed Asmongold, right? Following Rich Campbell, okay. Then followed Asmongold's other account, Hyperfan, you know. And that wasn't enough, by the way. He's also following, where is it? Asmongold 24/7. He needs his Asmongold, okay? He needs it. He needs his mold. And then was like, discovered Iron Mouse and was like, well, actually, sorry, discovered, it seems like a couple VTubers before then, actually. He's been on his VTuber grind for forever. Asian Bunny X, Respect, Real Recognized Real.
Yeah, by the way, did you see the way she was going after Iron Mouse?
Mm-hmm.
And was about to accuse her followers of being gooners. But I guess Denims realized that, well, during her psychosis, maybe calling out Iron Mouse and her fans was a bad idea. And she reeled it back real quick. But, of course, look at the person we're talking about, Denims, right? Calling people gooners. and trying to shame them over consuming VTubers. This is the same woman who runs an OnlyFans account. This is her nut, no pun intended. This is where she gets the nut of her income. OnlyFans, which, by the way, its CEO has pledged $11 million to an Israel lobby. Now, of course, if any other person did something like this, Denims, Hasan, and all of the related orbiters will call them a Zionist, a fascist, whatever. But she continues to support OnlyFans because she needs to. She needs to. It's disgusting hypocrisy, to say the least, right? And of course, she would go on to say more about VTubers and call out specific ones in this clip right here.
It seems like a couple VTubers before then, actually. He's been on his VTuber grind for forever. Asian Bunny X, respect, real, recognize, real. And then was like, you know what, dude? Yeah, let's just, it's time to goon, okay? Time to just VTube goon. So true. 3D women suck. None of them ever have loved me in my life. So it's okay. One of these VTubers, they're the only things that can ever love me.
What are you on about? Like, that was kind of the funny thing. I was like, what are you on about, man? Like, Denims, can you not see the hypocrisy? Can you not see the blatant hypocrisy going on? What are you on about? It's just hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
Goon time, goon. Oh, and he's following the Nazi gooner bait, obviously. This guy doesn't know when he's being pandered to. And he's like, goon, goon, goon. Oh, look, and he's following the Nazi rat VTuber too. Goon, 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 time to goon. And now he's here. That's so sad for you. That is really tough. That's really tough. That's a brutal life you lead, man. I hope one day you can find a friend. I don't think it's possible for you. I think it's too late for you, man. I think it's too late. I think it might be too late. And then he's also so stupid, he can't come up with, like, anything to come back with. Like, he can't even come up with an insult. His insult is just at himself.
He doesn't need to. He's watching you crash out in real time. You basically just proved him right. He basically won over you because of you crashing out right now. I mean, you gotta love it. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it.
Saying, I love my gooning VTubers. Do you frequently try to make fun of other people by making fun of yourself? Has it ever worked? Go outside, man. Just like, please, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that this woman who is shaming people and calling them gooners for simply following VTubers on Twitch is the same person who makes her buck on OnlyFans while selling her body. What are we doing? And a lot of VTubers have something to say, as they should. Kitsu saying, doesn't Denims have an OnlyFans/fans league? Who is she to judge? Hate this better than thou attitude man. Here's Nux saying, Ho's mad. She can't. True. And of course, here's another one. I'm just going to play the clip in a second because this Shondo quote is, well, eternal.
There is a time we don't like real women anymore. These virtual women go online and make money, and I have to spend 3 hours putting makeup on. Yep. Get over it, boy.
Well, it turns out that some of the VTubers in question were called out by Denims for being gooners and gooner bait for their audience. Some of them would respond, including Kirsha saying, we're reaching levels of retardation previously thought impossible. With a lot of support, including 6,600 likes. here's another one that was called out saying, Denim pointed at me and said, time to goon. That was interesting. But of course, her most recent tweet, her pinned tweet, is her doing a cosplay, which I cropped out for the purposes of YouTube. This is the girl calling you a gooner for following a V-Tuber on Twitter.
So let me get this straight. Denims is calling you a 40-year-old gooner who needs to touch grass and will never meet a real person, who have never had a real friend in real life, and has the absolute gall to call, call you a gooner while she is desperate for money and sets up an OnlyFans. The OnlyFans model is calling you a loser and a gooner. A degenerate gooner because you made fun of her. And you follow Asmongold. And you follow Asmongold. You follow a bunch of V-Tubers that she probably doesn't like. But you're the loser. You're the gooner here. You're the degenerate. While she is making an OnlyFans. Am I correct? You know what we call that, right? And then you post this you pin this on your timeline of your Squirrel Girl OnlyFans cosplay. But you're calling you're calling somebody 40 years old and has never met a real person and a degenerate gooner. You have an OnlyFans. I'm trying to understand this. I'm trying to piece this all together. You know what we call that? Do you know what we call that?
They got your ass on camera.
Niggas ain't got me in the fucking camera.
This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD shit ever. This is 4K. How did they get you at 4K?
That ain't me.
If that's not a caught in 4K moment, I don't know what it is. And no, you're referring to Emerald, you're referring to Casey Tron. No, Casey Tron is the one that calls everybody incels because it's her favorite word. And she's so desperate for money, but she spends all her money on bong hits. She can't even apologize to Ethan for basically stealing his videos. That's why she's getting sued. Like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? Oh.
The irony is next level.
What are we doing here?
Also, guys, to get on my soapbox, it is the 30th, the last day of September. I just want to say thank you. And recently I've covered a lot of very difficult subjects, very political ones. And if anyone asks, hey Red, should I talk about X, Y, and Z involving these sort of things I've talked about, I'd say, don't do that. You're going to upset your audience and people will leave. And in my initial video talking about Charlie Kirk and his assassination, I lost like 500 subs that day. But since then, I've gained nearly 8,000. That's crazy. I am very happy to be in a place where...
Well, just remember, Emerald, she's a Hasan orbiter, so, you know, already that's... already, that's like opinion discard. Already, you're a loony. Okay, you're an absolute crazy person. Okay.
Talk about what I like and what I think my audience will like as well. And I'm not political. I'm not. I just have common sense. And I think people appreciate that. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Sorry for getting mushy at the end, but anyways, as always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. You guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.
So yeah, there's that, man. Just, it's crazy. It's just absolutely insane. Hang on 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's hilarious. It is hilarious to say the least. Just wanted to share that. I just wanted to share that just because it was, just absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. Oh, there's infighting on the View. It just goes well. It just goes well with Terminally Online. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm all over the place with this one. Let's see if we can come up with... Let's do one more base. We're going to do one more base. And we're going to see if we can come up with a really good... Let's see if we can come up with a really good endpoint. So, one final base. Okay, let's do a final base, and we're gonna see if we can clear this out. Let's see if we can get a really good design. So this will be the final base. Alright, so we can start with and then I can start with the rendering. I can start with the rendering tomorrow, later this morning on the way to work. I can start with the line art later this morning, but I just want to do one more refined base sketch. Because I'm still kind of deciding on what outfit to go for Kimmy, though. Because I like that it's like Saya like completely transformed herself. Saya completely transformed herself in her intervening time. And yet she's still the same, you know. She's still the same girl, you know. She still has those same personalities. It's just that I like to think that she's became more open to herself. She's became much more open to herself. You know what? There probably are. I'm gonna go on a limb and say there probably are. Where's CSF manga? I know, right? Just make that shit a harem. That shit a harem. Because we got what time is it? 7:30. Let's see how far we can get in. I want to try to just get a good sketch here. Okay, so for the hair, Kimmy's only got one beauty mark, and it's going to be on her. Kimmy's got one beauty mark, and it's under her left eye, whereas her younger sister has two beauty marks. And she has double beauty marks on both sides of her eye. Here. I might have to take some cues from. And I think I'm not going to retcon the idea. Originally. Where's the opening? Oh my god. Oh my god. You know, it should be like lock. It should be like lock 3K. Just like make a render, AI renders of like. Of figurines. What it could look like as figures. That would be something. Shout out to Locke, by the way. Shout out to Locke. That's not a bad idea. I'm just saying, that's not a bad idea. But no, we're gonna do a peak gaming episode on Friday. We're gonna do like a gaming news roundup, and of course the big topic is EA's Saudi acquisition, or EA being picked up by Saudi for 55 billion, I think, or million, yeah. So, and everybody's having a freaking meltdown over EA getting picked up by the Saudis. So that's very, very interesting. It's a very interesting, Next year we're playing more TVs, Grace says. No. Where's the gacha collapse? Emerald, stop. Emerald, stop it, okay? Emerald, stop it, okay? Don't make him... A man can dream, alright? One can dream. I heard about this briefly from you, Agrippa. And also, shout out to, also, I just want to do a quick shout out to Young Rippa and Lady Rippa for, I guess we can refer to him as, I guess we can refer to Eric as Daddy Rippa now. He's gonna be a dad. So. It's her Bella Ramsey meme. Okay. No, Young Rippa announced that he's gonna be a dad. So it's like that's awesome. So congratulations, major congratulations. So, oh man. I saw his post, and I was laughing at what you said at the very end. Is like, please check out the Rippa. Please check out Rippaverse and buy all the comics. Those diapers are pretty expensive. It's like, bro, that's awesome. Don't let it be dreams. Okay, Shia LaBeouf. Yes. He announced they're having a. He announced it. Okay, let me read. Here you go. I'm gonna read this post from. His community tab. I saw on his community tab yesterday. So let me post this. I'm gonna post this on the community tab. I'm gonna show his community post. So he said, I kept under wraps for obvious reasons over the past year. It made some serious strides in my personal growth. I told y'all I focus on becoming a better professional, not just for myself, but to take for a company and customers. Now it's truth. Although I can't speak for everyone, I'll say this: nothing prepared for me for the wave that hit me when it happened. For that moment, everything changed. My calling became clear. I say without a doubt, the kind of man my wife and child need to be. It brought me peace. It brought me clarity. It brought me easy gratitude. I want to do everything I can to live the honors of the Lord. The best a man can be for my wife and children. The blessing forced me to rethink my online presence and how I run the Rippaverse and how I carry myself daily. Without the Lord, a man will look to his beautiful, precious baby and still through the irresponsibility of focus. And I'll be honest, experiencing this deep frustration how I carry men who could look into the eyes of their own child still choose selfishness and chaos. That is cowardice. I'd be lying if I say this didn't change me, and it did for the better. To every supporter from all walks of life, thank you. You helped me provide for this growing family. I don't take that lightly. And he quotes Psalms 128 verse 3-4, and he put, also consider checking out Rippaverse, please. Diapers ain't cheap. So yeah, it can't be Lil Rippa. I know, yeah. So I was like, that is such a 9.2k likes, 917 comments. Everybody congratulate Rippa on becoming Daddy Rippa now. So I was so happy to see. I'm so happy to see that, man. I'm so happy to see that. And I agree, the world would be a better place with more Little Rippers. Eric July's. I agree. Oh, man. That's great. That is such great news, too. I saw that yesterday. I was like, oh my god. No, man, Rippaverse has become such a, you know, the whole Rippaverse, you know, becoming such a big entity that the way it has, and if that's not inspiring to say the least, I don't know what is, man. If that's not inspiring to say the least, then I don't know. I don't know what it is. He's gonna be debating politics by 3. I know, right? Gen 2 Ripper. I love that. Kid's gonna be debating politics by 3. Oh, bro, that's crazy. That is crazy. I love that. Gen 2. I don't think that bro's gonna be debating politics by 3. No, but in all seriousness, that's so happy to see, man. That is so happy to see. Okay. Also, I forgot to mention that I tried to kind of like play it with. I try to play so much with canon. I try to play so much with kind of canon age though. Like, of the four girls that make up Makini Live, Saya is actually the oldest. She's the oldest of the 4. So Kiki is, I want to say at least 23. Kiki is like 23, 24 years old. Kiki's like 24. Brianna is 26. Brianna's 26. Skyla is 25. But Saya is 30. 30. Saya is 30. And Kimmy, her older sister, is, I want to say 31. It's just, I know, right? It's just, I like to think that they probably just, they age. I like to think that it's just that it's probably due to her species. It's probably due to Sai and Kimmy's kind of like traits that it basically just kind of de-aged them though. So Keppa's a robot, so Keppa's an android. Keppa's an android. I was about to say, yeah, Keppa's an android, so she's like, I would like to think that probably behind their timeline that she's not even a year old, I would say, because like I said, her full name is Keppa Kitsuna Espina Prototype Android version 1.0. So this is the original, basically the final version, basically the final prototype, and she will improve over time. Yeah, she's an android. But no, no, it's just kind of, I had some long thought about this, and I was like, and it's probably due to, I've always felt that, like Saya was always 5 or 6 years, like 5 or 6 years younger than me. Yeah, about like 5 or 6 years younger than me, so, and so I guess I played with the idea of her just being in her late 20s, early 30s, and that both Sai and Kimmy, I just went out and just said, you know what, they're 30, it's just they, I guess they de-age. I guess it's not really an aging thing, it's just that due to kind of keeping themselves well kept up, or I guess, you know, due to their traits, due to their Nacon traits, they don't look like it. They look much younger. So it could probably play onto the fact that, I could probably play onto the idea of, because her species is almost like a de-aging factor. So that might be a case. Same thing with probably Onis and other species within the CSF Nation, that they just have a de-aging factor to them. There's a de-aging factor. Where they just happen to look younger. It's just, they just happen to... Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, N-E-K-O-N. I think N-E-K-O-N, Nacon, or something like that. There's just something like that. It's just, she has a de-aging factor. It's just that there is a... And I probably like to think that it's probably just Asian region. It's just probably that. It's probably just that Asian region where you're seeing more of her race, kind of just more spawned from that region. And also, just kind of little facts is that although Saya is, and that's kind of a funny thing, is like, I probably like to think that, I like to think it with Kappa, though, it's probably due to the corporation, it's probably due to the design aesthetics, that they wanted to go for sophistication, something for sophistication with Kappa's design, hence why she has a British accent. Designers are British as well. On average, do they live longer than regular humans? Probably so. Probably so. I would argue that it's likely that humans were given... It's probably likely that other species probably have longer lifespan. Other races have probably have longer lifespan than most humans, though. It's just how it is, you know. So it's something kind of interesting to talk about this, because I remember when we were getting ready for Brianna's design on her birthday. We were getting ready for Brianna's design on for her birthday earlier this year, back in January. We just went into a whole long, we went into a huge, and I mean a huge, like, discussion about Brianna's backstory, and it's like we all kind of unanimously agree that because she is such of a unique entity, because she is so exotic, that likely she would be born in Okinawa. Just because of how unique unique she is, her being of, well, basically half Nigerian, half Japanese descent. It's like, and where she did experience prejudice growing up. And they feel like that was probably Okinawa's probably the most Okinawa's probably made the most sense because it was probably where her race was probably made more sense, where she probably felt much more welcome there, though. But also, kind of the funny thing with Brianna was that she was born, she was raised with 2 sisters, and of the three, Brianna was the one who embraced her. Brianna was like, the family assimilated. The family assimilated, obviously, but Brianna was the one who embraced it more. And it was actually her father who wanted her to embrace her Japanese heritage more. Embrace her Japanese heritage, so... Kimmy, we actually have to tie into species too. You also have to tie into specific breeds and traits, because the thing with Kimmy is that Saya, let's start with this. Saya's a black cat. Saya is a black cat. So she has much more... Saya, as a black cat, she has much more slimmer features. As a Nakon, she has a much more slimmer frame. Kimmy, however, doesn't have that luxury. It goes into breeds now, because now we have different breeds of Nakon, and I can't describe Kimmy's breed specifically, but my only explanation is that it's just due to her. It's almost like drafts in Grand Blue, where the females tend to have, genetically, they have larger proportions. They tend to be more curvier, and that's just due to Kimmy's breed. It's just that she's more curvier than. And that's something that she's been kind of like more embarrassed about. But also kind of the other trait of Kimmy's specific breed is that although the women are much more curvier, they actually have a more pristine, they take much more they take much more care of their hair. Kimmy has a much more pristine kind of traits to her hair, to how her hair and tail specifically. Ears and tail, they're much more of a pristine kind of almost shiny in a way. And the truth, and the thing is that it just didn't make any sense that Saya comes out with pure black hair and tail, but Kimmy is a blonde. But Kimmy is almost a platinum, almost like a platinum blonde, almost. But it's a very light blonde, platinum blonde, and it's just due to her race, but. I was thinking, there's no way these two can be sisters. And it's like, genetically, they're not. That's because in reality, they aren't sisters. They're actually cousins. They're cousins who grew up in the same... They're cousins who grew up in the same household. They literally... Kimmy lost both... Kimmy actually lost both her family at a young age. Yeah, Kimmy lost both her family at a young age, so she lived... Oh my god, it worked! Wow. Thank you, Bandito, for the member. I cannot believe the alerts worked. Holy crap, the alerts worked. Holy crap, the alerts actually worked. The alerts actually worked. Okay, so I need to set up like alerts for Makini in the morning now. Oh my god, I did not realize the alerts work. Oh, yes. They use Streamlabs. It's using Streamlabs, so the alerts actually work. Awesome. Thank you, Bandito, for who's been a member for 35 months, who hasn't not said a thing. Thank you, Bandito, for that. Yeah, it is tragic. So Kimmy had basically, it was a harder experience for Kimmy specifically because she's not used to and keep in mind, Kimmy was only a baby. Yeah, Kimmy was barely a year old when that happened. Kimmy was barely a year old. So when Saya's family took her in, because they're cousins. Oh, they're cousins basically. But because Saya and Kimmy became so close that Kimmy can't call Saya other than little. They're sisters. They are practically sisters because they became so close and they practically grew up together. Is that she can't refer? Is that everybody refers to Saya as Kimmy's little sister and vice versa. Despite the fact that they're cousins, they're actually sisters. They're. I guess that's because how close they are. It's showing tradition, so that's how. So she, in a way, she stands out, and Saya is. I think we kind of fleshed her out a lot over time, in that that's how close they are. It's such a closely sisterly bond, and I think it is just at the time, and Kimmy grew to be very overprotective of Saya. She became the overprotective big sister as they got older. Kimmy was always the serious one too. She just kind of grew to be the more serious one. She kind of grew to be more of the class, I guess you could say the class president type. If you see anime, she's very much the serious one. She's the more disciplined one. And Saya was always the more. She was the more trollish. She was the one who teased her every single time. And I think as they got, and it's also as they got older, Saya began to embrace her sexuality more. Saya began to kind of embrace that more, where Kimmy tried to compress it, tried to suppress it. But I think at some point she just came to the reality that it's just her traits. She can't change her breed. She can't change those traits, and slowly she began to loosen up. I wouldn't say embrace the sexuality. She began to loosen up more as she got older. She began to kind of accept that, you know? And speaking of which, when we did the 5-year anniversary stream, in the intro, I think it was the 5-year. It wasn't a 5-year anniversary stream. No, I think it was the birthday stream. I forgot. It was a milestone stream. I mentioned where they're from. I actually brought up kind of where they're from. Skyla is originally from the Kanagawa prefecture. If you want to be more specific, Yokohama, Japan. Her family actually originates from Kanagawa. Brianna, as I mentioned, she's originally from Okinawa. She was born and raised in Okinawa, so she's very familiar with that land. Figure out what prefecture Okinawa is. Kimmy is actually from SoCal. Kimmy is actually from Southern California, from SoCal. Oh. So she's a Cali girl through and through. She is a Cali girl through and through. So she's from SoCal. Saya and Kimmy are actually from Pacific City. They're actually born in Pacific City. They're actually native. So I would argue that Saya and Kimmy are the only ones of the four who are actual CSF Nation natives, which they actually grew up in. They grew up in Japantown, which is they grew up in a sub-district in Pacific City, however, their family is actually from Kyoto. Their family is actually from Kyoto. They're actually originated from Kyoto. So I guess by that technicality, Saya and Kimmy are actually from Kyoto, or actually grew up in. Actually, they travel to Kyoto once a year, but their family originates from Kyoto. So, Kat Kiyosarin, Kat Ryotobu. Kat is also a cousin. Yes, Kat is also a cousin. The Ryan Kitty stand-in. So, Kat is a second cousin. Kat is the second cousin to Saya and Kim, and a much further distant cousin to Kimmy. It's kind of like in the same way that Jin is the second cousin to Asuka in the Tekken series. Hence why they don't interact that much is because of that. And that's why you don't see it. I was kind of disappointed that there was no interactions between Asuka and Jun as well. I'm kind of disappointed by that. But no, they're not. But they're second cousins, basically. Yeah, so they're they're distant cousins, so. And Kat is likely from Royale, which is one of the other, if I'm correct, Kat is actually originally was born in Royale, which is another city in the CSF Nation. Yeah, they don't hate each other. It's Kazama family, basically. Kazama family more than anything else. Kazama. but yeah, pretty much. More Kazama family. But Kimmy is much more. Kimmy definitely has that much more pristine look, but also at the same time, Kimmy has also embraced the fact that she has a much more embraced how more pristine her fur is, her hair is, and it's just due to breed tendency. So there was a moment where she was a little snobbish. There was a moment, however, it kind of petered out. Kind of like it's almost like Saya kind of brought her back into reality at some points. You know, I'm just thinking of that. But Kimmy here is much old. Kimmy here is older. She is more mature. She is more mature than Saya is. I still probably haven't decided. I probably still haven't explained how Saya somehow was born with 2 beauty marks, though. She was born with 2 moles. And that's kind of a weird thing with Saya having 2 moles, though. But then again, I tried to also figure out that probably. But then again, I probably can't really explain how Skyla being purely Skyla being 100% Japanese descent somehow was born with freckles. She was born with freckles, though. And in my only summation on how Skyla was likely, Skyla, who is Asian, Skyla, who is 100% Japanese, was somehow born with freckles. And the only thing I can say is likely that Skyla has European traits. Skyla's probably half European. And she didn't realize that she's half European. So it's funny kind of going into, it could be an anomaly or a genetic mutation. It could be just an anomaly, if anything. It's probably just more of an anomaly. She has visible freckles. I think it's just just more of an anomaly, if anything else. I think it just makes her very unique, and I think in some way, Brianna is just so incredibly unique because of how she was born. Somehow, her family was born with completely light hair, with white hair, basically. So, and to be fair, Brianna's like exotic in her own right. I don't know. I like going into detail about this kind of stuff. You know, I do. I'm not gonna lie. I do like going into detail about this kind of stuff. So. I'm just thinking what to do for the lower half. I'm just thinking about what to do for the lower half because maybe I want to do something more casual. And it is 8:05 and I do need to get ready for work in a little bit. So because I'm thinking about probably following the same lines as Kiki and Bree with their pants, or I can do full skirt, or I can do a play on of. Brianna's outfit is essentially a play on of Evelyn from Zenless. I wonder if I could probably do the same. It's just the idea is that It's the idea is that and Saya plays to the Saya is just kind of like an amalgamation of like older outfits, I guess you could say. Older outfits, I guess you could say. I guess we could do a flip. I guess we could kind of do like a flip on Kimmy. Have you always... I haven't written it down, but it was something that I always established, I guess. I guess I haven't completely written it down, but it was something that I've always established. I guess you could say. Let's do... If we do, if we can do G1. See, I'm curious about. Oh, sorry. I'm curious about the. I'm curious about doing another skirt though, because I already gave that distinction to. I could probably look at Yanagi. We could probably do something like Yanagi and Zenless. We could probably do something like that. I could probably do a mature skirt with sometimes I always wonder how it's like. Sometimes I always because I look to Zenless and I look to like Stellar Blade. I looked at Zenless and I looked at Stellar Blade for like inspiration though, and it's just like I always wonder if it's like overly. I always wonder if I end up like making the characters too overly designed to fit a casual. Is there a Discord invite that hasn't expired? Okay, one second. Try it on your phone. If that doesn't work, try it on your phone. I'm gonna send. Let me see if I can do it. Valerie, good to see you. We're about to wrap it up. Let me send a permanent. One second. Okay. Valerie, try this one. Try this one, see if it works. Good to see you. But I think it also just comes down to, but I also think that with these designs, it just kind of comes down to like, listen, everything's been done before. Like, everything's been done before, though. I think everything has been done before. And I think that you just don't be worried if it's not as unique. Because it's just... I think this could work. This could work. Almost like an alternative to. It's almost like an alternative to. Almost like a kind of like a play on of Saya's attire. where she's got the one-legged short, where Saya has one-legged pants. Or she has the one-legged jeans, and the other leg is and then she has fishnets underneath. Nothing wrong with repurposing designs from others. I think folks need to start to, and I think also I just do think this, like, at this point everything's been done, so everything has been done. So really taking that and kind of trying to making it kind of unique to the character of their own. It's just I worry if I'm over designing it at times. If I'm overdoing it, if I'm over detailing it. But I think I want to probably do the I think I could play on the yeah, that'll work. Okay. I think we got something. And I'll do a larger image of her with a larger image, maybe more revealing, I guess, maybe more play on of it. So we'll just stick with that for now. But I know somebody's gonna flip when they see this. Kimmy's more on the very curvaceous side, and that's something that she has no control over. She has no control over. She's basically built like a PT wife. She's just built like a she's just naturally built like a curvy big titty waifu, you know? Principal office for her. The cars are just like... The glasses are such an equalizer, okay? Glasses are a great equalizer. She probably you know what? I got a thing for and it. You could thank Elena. You could thank Helena from Dead or Alive, from DOA 5. In all words, that I got a thing for open-toed boots now. I got a thing for open-toed boots. You could thank Helena from Dead or Alive on that one. Yeah, I got a thing for open-toe boots now. Like you guys, I miss DOA as much as everybody else. Anyway. Smack that like button, make it jiggle. Smack the subscribe button, make it jiggle. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. We'll be back on Friday, and we'll do a gaming news roundup on Peak Gaming instead of Makini in the morning. And, try to... And just, hope you guys... And just... I'm hoping that Friday... I'm hoping that Thursday kind of goes... I'm hoping that Thursday goes by quickly, because I got jury duty, so... Bear with me. You can't wear open-toe anything. My toes look terrible. I don't know. I have a thing for open-toe boots now. I'm a sucker for that. Because I've noticed, like, everybody's wearing open-toe. Anyway, I'm out. I'm Makini 90. Our German illustrator. Thank you for tuning into this Wednesday edition of Makini in the morning. Until then, stay cute, stay sexy, have fun, take care, much love, never apologize for wanting attractive women in media, say no to censorship. And grab that mic, be a voice. Evolves. Stop drawing. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, guys. I'll be posting on the community tab as well, so I'll make some posts and all that good stuff. And until then, I love y'all. Peace.
Cute, sexy, and fun. And that is definitely the best way to describe our channel members too. We'd like to thank everyone in the CSF Nation for your incredible support. Join the channel for as low as $1 a month to get access to exclusive art drops that Makini drops every 2 months for his channel members. And all your support goes to helping out the channel and helping Makini put out the best content he can for you all to view and you all to enjoy. He appreciates all of your support, and we also appreciate your support as well. CSF Nation for life. Mwah. Gracias. Thank you for tuning in to Makini in the Morning and getting your morning started up on the right foot with us. If you enjoy this program, please smack that like button and make it jiggle. Share the show out to everyone you know. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone. Become a channel member for as low as $1 a month if you want to support Makini further, and if you want to help Makini reach his 4K subscriber goal, hit that subscribe button. You'll definitely will not regret it. I am Mary Salatelli, producer and weather girl for this very program, and we all want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. We will see you all next time here on Makini in the Morning. Mwah! Makini in the Morning is filmed before a live studio audience at Makini Studios in Arcadia Village's South Tower, right in the heart of the city. Would you like free tickets to the next Makini in the Morning live show? Of course you do. All you have to do is visit youtube.com/Makini90 or call 765-9077 toll free. We might pass up on free tickets. For written transcripts, please send $5 to Lucky Negro Transcripts at P.O. Box 425, Palmetto Valley, CSF Nation. Makini in the Morning is produced by Silver Nine Productions with Makini Draws Productions in association with Nisla Lockhart Television and Makira Banks Entertainment, and is distributed by CSF Nation Domestic Television Distribution.